An argument escalates into a brazen shooting in Baltimore, and now the man accused of pulling the trigger remains on city streets.
In tonight's Maryland's Most Wanted, Dan Lamparello explains the danger the suspect still poses to the community and where he could be hiding out.
Investigators say it was a fight gone wrong. 32-year-old Philip Armstrong, accused of trying to settle a score with a few shots, targeting a friend, and then leaving him for dead. It happened just last month here on Fairhaven Avenue in the heart of Baltimore's Curtis Bay. A hot summer evening leading to a heated exchange that escalated as quickly as it started, trying to settle a score with a friend as he sat helpless in his car.
They exchange words while he's sitting in the car, and then he gets upset and just decides to start shooting at the individual.
Investigators say the man accused of pulling the trigger is Philip Armstrong, a man who they say was shooting to kill, but somehow the man he shot survived.
Ultimately, this is a shooting that didn't result in a death by sheer luck, but at the end of the day, he was attempting to murder this individual.
Tony Gause is a senior inspector with the U.S Marshals Service who believes the brazen targeting of a friend and leaving him for dead shows Armstrong has a very short fuse. Arguments escalating to the point of gunfire is just all too common.
Yes, it definitely is. It's arguments that escalate to the point of gunfire, as well as where are you getting the firearms from, that you have easy access to them, that you want to use them at the flick of a switch.
The marshals say Armstrong hasn't been seen since the shooting when he took off in a black Honda Accord.
Somebody that unstable needs to be taken off the street.
Armstrong is said to have deep ties in Baltimore, which investigators believe may be the main reason why he's yet to resurface.
Someone has to know where he is. They know exactly where he is. They just don't want to tell us where he is.
How do you curb someone's fears who may be watching right now to speak up about that?
I try to let people know as much as possible that any information that I receive, any of my colleagues receive, it's completely anonymous.
And as someone who the marshals suspect is still armed with the same gun he used to allegedly shoot a friend, the fear is without the public's help, it's only a matter of time before he poses a danger to someone else.
Anybody that's able to use it just for being upset at that time won't hesitate to use it again.
Take a good look again. Philip Armstrong is 32 years old. He's known to have facial hair, like you can see in this photo here. Investigators say he's been known to hang around in Curtis Bay, but does have family ties across all sections of the city. Again, he was last seen driving a black Honda Accord. So if you know where Philip Armstrong is, call the U.S Marshals Service. This is their number right here. Again, your tips tonight can remain anonymous, and according to the marshals, there's currently a $2,500 cash reward for his arrest and conviction. I'm Dan Lamparello, Fox 45 News.
We're continuing our special series looking into the Baltimore Police Department's secret weapon in the war on violent crime. An elite unit of super scientists, a group of women on a mission to solve crimes and put bad guys behind bars. Tonight, we return to the front lines to show them in action in a city in crisis. Not long after the sound of gunshots echo through Baltimore City, a group of strong women head into Baltimore's mean streets.
We are civilian. We do not carry firearms.
But are armed with science. Hidden behind the crime scene tape, their eagle eyes are crucial to catching criminals.
I don't know exactly why, but it is mostly women.
It's mostly women not only collecting the evidence from crime scenes, but processing it back in the labs at the Baltimore Police Department.
It does feel like we're sort of taking over this discipline.
Yet across the country, men continue to dominate science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM jobs. While census data shows women are making gains, they're still vastly underrepresented.
There's so few disciplines where women are the majority.
Less than 30% make up the STEM workforce.
My labs are latent prints, firearms, DNA, screening, and drug chemistry.
Director of Forensic Laboratories,
Try to clear the way so they can do good work.
Raina Della Rocco, is one of them.
So it's like the coolest little combination where like women are sort of like the thing that you look to as like Oh, in this place, women are the ones that are the leaders.
It's a sweet spot that Della Rocco admits comes with challenges.
I get mansplained a lot.
Della Rocco started on the streets as a crime scene technician.
Just when you think you've seen it all, then you get that next call, and then you're like, well, okay.
Now, she's in charge of all the department's laboratories.
Baltimore has its challenges, obviously, with crime, and so this is a super powerful way where, juries can feel good about objective evidence rather than, having conflicting feelings about how they feel about police. They can kind of look at forensics and say, they're not police, because we're not. We're civilians and we're scientists.
Dina Freeman,
we do the comparisons here,
is a forensic scientist who specializes in analyzing fingerprints.
It is our responsibility in this unit to first kind of examine the print, determine if it's suitable, to even compare, and then to possibly run it through the AFIS system.
That's the system which matches prints against a database of known and unknown prints.
What kind of surface did it come off of? Was it a porous surface? Was it a non-porous surface? Was it wet? Was it possibly dirty? So there's all sorts of things, plus the type of movement. Did maybe the person twist their finger when they put it down, or were they pushing really hard?
More often than not, prints are coming off things from a crime scene, like cars, cups, doors, light switches, and other random objects.
Yeah, each of these is a case.
To Freeman, it's a high-stakes game of hide and seek.
Finding those little details and being able to pick up on that little stuff that a lot of other people may not be able to do.
And it may just be that strong attention to detail that draws so many women to forensics.
Approximately 12 of us in this unit, and 2 are male. So it's mostly female in here.
Freeman says as a mother of 3 daughters, it's a role she doesn't take lightly. Inspired by her own colleagues, she hopes they all send a message to little girls.
To be able to come in and work alongside some of the most amazing, brilliant women is an honor that I will cherish forever.
That science doesn't have to be a man's world. Well, the job isn't done when the women are finished analyzing the evidence in the lab. They're often called to testify in court to explain how they came to their conclusion. We have 3 more stories on the women in the forensics department for you this week. Tomorrow night, we take you inside the firearms lab.